From the standpoint, when we first was in the projects, there was servicemen in. You couldn't move in Parkside and be a single parent. After the riot took place, they started letting single parents move in the projects. Okay, before that there was white and blacks. It was mainly white with a few blacks living in it.
Right.
Okay. After the riot, they made a change in policy, and more blacks moved in and the whites moved out. Okay. At that time, the projects was going along. And so that you can get this, they used to go to a school called Hamilton. Hamilton, they was having problems with the kids going up to the school. We had a social service there that organized the tenants to fight for buses. So the kids didn't have to walk through the white neighborhoods because the white people at times sick the dogs on them. Okay? So I was working in social service and Mr. King was working in social service, working for NSO. We organized the tenants there to have a set-in at the Board of Education to fight for the buses for the kids. All right? And the social service helped the tenants organize and get themselves together and function and put together some organization there so that the kids could get various jobs. Some of the parents went to work at Hamilton and Jackson Junior High, and then the projects evolved in that manner. Okay, some of us went on and worked for the city. I ended up managing Parkside.
Okay.
John King ended up probably managing and working there.
Okay.
And it went on from there until they finally decided, the government decided to switch the concept.
Okay.
They downsized the projects, they're turning all the big ones down.
Right.
And that's where we're at kind of right now.
So is it true or false, Parkside was the official grandfather of all the public housing projects? It was the first one before the other ones came.
I can't say that. I say the first project probably was Sojourner Truth. I don't know for sure. Sojourner Truth, Herman Gardens, and Parkside.
Okay.
And then they brought in Jeffries and Brewster, from my understanding of this.
Okay.
I could be a little wrong,
okay,
but I know it kind of functioned in that way. That was the oldest project.
Right.
I believe because Mr. Ford, Henry Ford donated the land that Herman Gardens is on to the city of Detroit to build those projects.
Oh.
Okay? So you had Herman, Parkside, Sojourner Truth.
What about Buffalo?
The Buffaloes came along later too, but they came in like the rest.
How about the Jeffries, the Brewsters?
Jeffries and them came probably right after Herman and Parkside, then they built Jeffries downtown.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of whites living in Herman and Parkside. The Jeffries was built more for the blacks down in the inner city.
Okay.
Okay? Now that's the kind of concept that I got from it.
So is it safe to say Parkside was the official military housing project?
What they did was a lot of the military, they gave them preference.
Okay.
Because I was the Air Force.
Okay.
A lot of the times they didn't have projects out there for the black military.
Right.
And the guys would tell each other, you could go down to Parkside and they would let us in because we were military. They couldn't discriminate against the blacks in the military.
Okay.
Okay, so when we went down, even though it was white, we could get in.
Okay.
And that's how we got in.
Because you're military.
Right, but they did let some other blacks in because some of the factory guys, but they had to be married, okay, before they would let them in. They did not stop letting single women in. They didn't kick them out if the husband left later on, but you could not initially move in unless you were married.
Okay.
Okay?
I come in there in '63. We didn't have to have a father.
That was that. Well, I don't know how they did it then, but that's what the concept they told us.
Okay.
A lot of them got that. Maybe some people got in and knew something, but that was the concept that they were telling us was going on. Okay? Because I didn't really move into '65.
Okay.
No, I was in before '65. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was in about 60, 63.
So Horace, you were 63. So Mr. Frank, you had to be before.
I was around 63 too because I went into service in '61, and when I came down, I was stationed at Selfridge Field, and I got into Parkside. So it had to be 62 or 63. I got it.
Okay. And what kind of experience, personal, besides what memories would you take of Parkside that you still will have with you today?
It was one of the more nicer projects. They took care of it very well. They did the maintenance. They had the park sitting over. You had all the amenities of being in a suburb. We had parks. We had Chandler Park there. The park was kept up. We had a swimming pool there. We had a full-size gym there. A lot of, even some of the crunk boxers would come down through that boxing gym. And then they moved off and got, what's the name when they got the,
Crunk boxing.
went to crunk boxing after that.
And we had the dances.
Right, we organized that when we went to NSO, and we, like Mr. King and
I
myself.
was head of the youth corps.
Yeah, we would bring the kids in. We organized them.
Yeah.
We had them have their clubs and stuff. They organized and had their little dances. We would keep the gym open for them. When they closed the gym, we had keys. We would open it up for them.
Okay.
So they had the gym when other people was talking. Their gym was closed.
Yeah, they'd come over there.
We would volunteer and open up the gym for them in Parkside. Because we had that social activity going.
Right, because it was always something to do at Parkside event-wise. I'm telling you, everything. I mean, I remember the swim-mobile, the book-mobile. I mean, you name it.
We took the kids to basketball games. We took them out to the Piston game.
Right. Hay rides.
Yeah.
I
we took
remember
them to a bull, to a rodeo.
A rodeo.
The bull got out on us. Bull jumped the fence and ran down the hole. Kids out there took them. They out there now, seeing the kids running. They say the bull loose. Here come the bull running down the hall. We had to tell the kids, get.
How many kids do you think that you had to take with you that day? You took a whole bus?
We would take maybe 20, 30 kids. Sometimes we'd have bus load. We take them to rodeos. We took them. They had a vet club. I had a vet club come in and mentor some of the kids. Come in and take them into vets and ride them around. That was Barrel. Joe Lewis's grandson who ran for mayor. He had a vet club. He came in and picked up the kids and rode them. So we did a lot of that for them.
And I heard that we have, who we call celebrities today. I think that a whole lot of outsiders that wasn't necessarily residents of Parkside played a part with the rec. They came in with the entertainment. I heard we had boxers.
We had a whole box. They had the boxing match, the Golden Gloves there one year. And we had it right there in the gym.
And I heard you had like, what was that, Motortown back then, not Motown. You had a whole lot of entertainers that came in and did little shows
Sammy
or whatnot.
Davis came over.
I heard Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis came over when he was alive. He was over at the Windsor Casino. And they went and got Sammy and brought him over.
And I heard Joe Louis, I'm not sure, because I thought he was deceased. But dealing with the boxing aspect of it came over to
the fellow that managed Tommy Hearns.
Oh, okay, that's who came over.
Yeah, he worked in the gym in the basement. He took the guy's place in the basement. He got sick and he worked there for a while.
Oh, okay, that's
and
who.
And he went to Crunk. But he was Emanuel Steward.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's who they were trying to say.
Emanuel was in the basement for a while with the boxers and doing the boxing thing.
Right.
I can't think of the fellow's name that he took his place for a while and then he went over to Crunk.
Okay, Emanuel Stewart's had a restaurant, didn't he?
Yeah. Emanuel had all the top boxers here in the city.
Wow, okay. Wow.
But that's about the gist of Parkside.
Right, gotta love it. And last but not least, because I appreciate this footage, I really do. Last but not least, who was the security guard? What was his name? I heard Mr. Otis.
It was Otis. You hit it right on the head. Mr. Otis. And then we organized the tenants, and they did their own thing.
Okay.
The tenants became guards.
Really?
Right.
Okay. So thank you so much, and we love you for this.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
God bless.
all right.
Bye-bye.